Hi everyone, hi Mr. Shaw. Welcome to my presentation. Today I will talk about an ethical issues in business and that is misleading advertising. So let's begin with a question. What's the misleading advertising? This is an advertising that deceives the customer and also harming the interest of the competitor. And people think that misleading advertising will attract more customer, which make the company sell more product and increase the revenues, lead to economic rise of that company. Well, the truth is not like that. To explain, misleading advertising will give a negative reputation for that company and the backlash from the customer, and also it will decrease the revenues because if people know about the company that is a liar, they won't buy the product anymore, and they maybe will denounce the company, that company. And lastly is legal prosecution. The phone company you got catched by other organization because they doing the phone thing. So all of them make that company join a bankruptcy. So let's talk about the example of phone advertising. It's about Volkswagen. So the reason Volkswagen make a phone advertising because they want to sell more product. So they cheating on the test, and that will make their car is friendly with environment and will better than a lot of car nowadays. After not long, they got caught by FTC. It's a Federal Trade Commission organization that come from America, and that is one of the example. Also, the loyal customer, the customer denounce the company, so become a demonstrate. Lastly is the revenues. They lose 20% of their revenues. And we will talk about how misleading advertising impacts the shareholder and society. Let's talk about the supplier first. So misleading advertising will make the quality of that product low quality, and that will hurt the environment. And not only the environment, it will also effective to customer who use that product health risk. So actually there are a lot of people that allow them to spend a lot of money for company that will give them good health, but is that just a phone advertising, they will like not live in the advertising anymore, and the phone advertising also lose the customer loyalty, and when they know that, they will report to company that relate to the phone advertising, and actually the employee is the one who suffer all of the anger from the customer. That's so. Thank you for listening.
I'm Kiki, and I'm going to answer the questions 3 and 4. Those 7 steps to determine the more dilemma of false advertising. Step 1. Recognize the athletic delegment. False advertising may bring negative effects, but false advertising can attract customers and bring benefits to the company. Step 2. Get the facts. False advertising is not all true. There is cheating. Step 3. Identify your option. Either use false advertising or don't. Step 4. Take, test each option. If you use the false advertising, it is illegal. It is not right, but that can bring some good benefits to you. But if you don't use this is not it is equal and it is right and it will also bring some good benefits to you. Step 5. Decide which option to follow. Don't use the false advertising. Step 6. Some question. If the consumers know the advertising they're using will The customer will trust them if they know. People will think highly of this campaign. Step 7. Take action. Do not use false advertisement. The negative impact of false advertising on enterprise must be great. Advertising market is a system which includes three instead subjects, namely the business group composed of advertiser, advertising operators, and advertising publisher, and the consumer group composed of viewers and readers, who are responsibly for the formulation and imitations of the market rule. Generally speaking, the instead of operators and customers are opposite, and because of the information asymmetry, customers are in a weak options. If both sides are allowed to play the game, customers instead will surely survive. The duty of supporters is to maintain the balance of instead by retracting the behavior of the operator. When customers have a trace of confidence in the products of the brand hand in the balance at present, many advertisements, especially those of TV shopping and junk time, customers hate them very much. Then, would you like to think that they they would buy these advertised products? False advertising can produce immediate result, but in the long run, it is self-defeating.
With that being said, here's some recommendations as to what Volkswagen could do. But first off, let me just start by saying Volkswagen should have known that it was headed for disaster. They didn't do anything in preparation to check after to know if there was any inaccurate and false um, tests after. So, of course, they were going to fail. And with this controversy, they lost a lot of customer, consumer loyalty, brand loyalty to their brand. And of course, they were going to lose it because they didn't do any custom checks and everything. But what they should have done, even after the controversy, they should have jailed the executives that knew about it instead of fining them. Because with them being fined, they will still be able to embezzle and cheat the company out of its fines and lead them into financial debt. And what they should also do is come up with a new recovery plans and keep in mind their consumers, employees, and car dealerships and stakeholders and investors who are also loyal to the brand. Or my continuation. With this, they should structure a contingency plan in order to not risk any terrible outcomes like the scandal. So they should have a plan in case any if they know that they're going to have scandals or anything like that, and to check it. And they should do inspections and tests to know if they're accurate and 100% reliable, so they don't go out and lose brands. And it's also recommended that they use disaster recovery planning, the DRP, which can be described as a process in which risks are changing. So it helps you not protect, but it helps you um, protect your brand from having any problems, any risk of danger or controversies that may stop and make brands and investors lose confidence in your brand. In conclusion, I think the correct response is the DRP reaction. the best reaction is the DRP. Consumers need the brand Volkswagen to. Sorry, that's just my Siri on my laptop. The consumers need the organization to speak out at this point in time and show that they have a significant advancement in our recovery plan. Even though it does not completely stop the harm, it's very suitable for investors to not lose any type of confidence in your brand. And what they should be focusing on mainly is their current vehicle proprietors that they're selling to, that they insure them with safety of their vehicles. Thank you.